Okay.
Okay, cool.
There we go. And then you'll just take a link of this and we post it, is the way I understand it. I don't know. All right. Well, since now we're live, apparently only 3 of us are getting credit this week. It's all right. Maybe the 3 of us will get the other 3 people's points, so we'll get double this week. All right. So, Jenny, since you don't, I guess, since your speaker microphone isn't working, do you want to kind of be like the scribe? You can kind of type out just notes from what we do, because that's what our professor said to do in his email. She's asking a question. Yes, that one. You want to do that? Okay. All righty, let's see. Do you have that open in front of you, John?
I can in like 5 seconds.
That's what I'm doing right now, too. Hopefully he understands that we're all not completely incompetent and that we're just still getting this figured out. Let's see. So much going on. Let's see. Got it. We are super duper organized. Okay. Let's see. I'm assuming we have. Yeah, so we have to make we have to come up with a quiz question, it looks like, basically based on what we read. So we will take if we used John's example of where the 2 kids, one of them punches the other, basically, we would come up using that scenario. The way I understand it is we will using that scenario, we come up with a quiz question, basically. Does that make sense? Okay. Does that sound right to you, John?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. I like that example that we were talking about just a minute ago, because we have to put our own, type up our example. So what if we just do we want to use that one? Or, I don't know. I feel bad. I feel like Jenny can't give that great input. I feel like I'm doing all the talking.
So my computer is really struggling to load anything.
Okay.
Have up is this meet with your group instructions?
Yes, I do.
Is that the thing that we need?
Yeah,
'Cause
so
I'm trying to.
so there's a link there's a template. So if you click on the
Right.
submission for the group assignment, you'll click on the instructions, and then within that page of instructions, like the fourth one from the bottom, I think if I remember right, it says group meeting template week 2.
Okay. It's supposed to be opening, but it hasn't yet.
It hasn't. If your computer's like mine, it's probably got too much going on and can't handle all of it at once.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see.
But
So do we all have to? No. So Jenny, you'll be the only one who submits it. So it's just up at the top, you see there's a slot that says names of those who participated in this week's homework assignment. We'll put in there all of our names. Does it make sense? Okay. Cool. John, did you get it to load?
no.
No.
I have this thing that says, like, it says 1, 2, 3, 1, talk about questions you have about the course and use the study guide to study the week's topics.
I think you found the wrong one.
Okay.
I think.
But it does have, like, make the example into an exam question. I think it's just
I don't know. Jenny was like pulling it up so that we could see her computer screen. Maybe she can show you what you're trying to pull up. If we ask her real nice, she'll show you maybe. Are you seeing where she's getting that?
and I've clicked it like 3 times, but it's not.
It's not loading.
No.
Okay. Well, as we're going through them, I'll just read them out loud.
Okay. What? There we go.
Oh, did you get it?
Yes, but
Oh, maybe not.
Everything is dark. I'm sorry.
You're good. You might be running too much for your computer.
Yeah, my actual computer, my roommate tripped on a cord and it got a crack in it, so it's in for repair. So this is like a backup one that I have from like 2008.
Oh, so yeah, you definitely don't have the capabilities you need to be doing what we're trying to do.
Yeah, I will eventually, just not today.
Okay. Well, we'll get by for this week. I'm sure. I hope that our professor will be understanding that we're still getting this figured out. If not, well, hopefully we do better the rest of the semester.
It says not responding, so I can't see what else is on it. But it says names of those who participated, link, our example, explanation, quick question, correct answer.
That's it.
Okay, cool.
That's the whole document. I mean, like you'll put in correct answer, and you can put back. Then we also put in like incorrect answers on top of that. But
okay.
Good. Okay. Are we ready? This is taking longer than 15 minutes.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Should we just make an example?
Yeah, let's make an example.
Married, had an altercation.
So, John, are you typing it up?
No, I'm just putting it in a group chat because I actually don't know why I did that.
That works.
Just because, like, then everyone can see it.
Okay. Joe pooped on Mary's lawn.
It's the first thing, something illegal, and that you would sue someone over.
I would sue someone over them pooping on my lawn.
I mean, yeah, and then they could like deny it and say, "No, I didn't do that," and then
it's
I don't know.
Dog's poop.
Yeah.
We're juveniles.
I mean, why?
No, I agree. I agree. It's fun. It's good. I'm just laughing at it. I'm sorry.
No,
I
you're
should
good.
do that.
Okay, so
So if you want to do that, and then Jenny can just be like moving it over
okay,
as you type it, she can just copy and paste it over.
okay, sure. Because in the book it's like, I guess, because like Mary wanted to sue Joe for thinking she pooped on his lawn, and so in the book it's like she sends she has her lawyers to the officer in charge, who in this case is like the sheriff. The sheriff sends a summons, submits an answer, which is that he denies all claims.
Yeah.
They do a discovery of Joe's lawyers send the poop to testing lab. Turns out it's dog poop. During the trial, they have a witness testify that that's indeed what it was, and that it couldn't have been Joe. The jury rule in favor of the defendant.
Okay, so hold up. Let's do this. Back up and say that all again, and I will type it as you're saying it.
Okay.
And then Jenny can then take it over, and she can just copy it over and fix my grammar.
Cool. Okay.
So Joe and Mary had an altercation. Joe pooped on Mary's
lawn. Joe allegedly pooped on Mary's lawn. So Mary wants to sue Joe.
Okay.
Okay. Mary has her lawyers send a, what's the word?
File a complaint.
File a complaint to the local court, the court people.
To the local sheriff's department.
Sure. And then the sheriff summons, along with a copy of the complaint, to Joe.
Summons. Man, if Jenny's roommates walking in here is talking about this, they're going to think she's crazy.
That's why I've got earbuds.
That's right. I think she does too.
And also, it's talking about poop's not out of character for me.
At least you're honest about it.
So
with a copy of the complaint to Joe.
Right.
Joe and his lawyer
file an answer denying all claims of defecation.
Okay. All right.
Doing some, I think it's just called discovery or something along those lines. Send the poop to be tested.
The investigators Okay.
And
then they go to court. Oh, sorry.
No, yeah, they go to court during the trial, of which there's a witness that from the testing lab saying is poop, and that it can't be Joe's. Then the jury says that
jury verdict not guilty.
In favor of the.
I just put the jury comes to a verdict of not guilty.
Right. And then Mary, still upset and thinking Joe is 3 poodles in a trench coat, files for appeal, which is denied. I mean, he doesn't.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Submits an appeal, which is okay. There we go. Read through it. How does that sound?
Yeah. I mean, I feel because it goes from complaint to appeal and answers the question.
Without bringing in too much extra info
Yeah.
or anything, being too wordy.
Like it doesn't go over everything, but it's just an example, not
Yeah.
every.
Does that work, Jenny? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Hey, are both of you on campus this semester?
I am.
You both are? Maybe
Mhm.
next week we should, or next time we meet, we should figure it out. So like the three of us are together, and then everybody
And
else
then
can like
anyone-
join in.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what you guys think about that, but we can talk about that in a minute. Let's finish the assignment.
Right.
John, you're frozen.
Everyone's still here?
You there?
Yeah. Everything died.
Yeah, you froze.
So we have to explain it, apparently.
So, yeah, explanation of our example. Let's see. Type an explanation of your example here. This should explain the principle your example is teaching. Explain how the example demonstrates that principle. I think it's pretty simple. If you want, Jenny, you can just scroll up to where John like puts the issue like on the chat. If you want to scroll up the chat to where John typed out the issue for you, so that we could all see it. You can just copy and paste that over probably, and then just say this shows the flow of a case from complaint to appeal.
Should we like list the steps, maybe? Or no?
I don't know. What do you think? Because when I was reading it, I mean, he wants everything pretty simple and concise at this point. So we could list everything out to show that we understand it, but at the same time, like that ends up being pretty long. Is that what he wants?
True. Since this is the first time, let's go with less work.
Okay.
Okay, and then he'll tell us if that's not okay.
If that's not what he wants,
right,
we can always double check.
Okay.
Does that sound good, Jenny? Let's see. Let me see if I can zoom in. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah, and then just after from complaint to appeal, just type in there. Just type our example walks through a generic situation from complaint to appeal. Can you think of a better way to word that, John?
Nah, it's generic.
Simple. Generic or simple?
Well,
let's do maybe simple instead.
Yeah.
My only question with this, that's a good example and a good explanation. My only question is, is he looking for more of a like a business example, or is he just looking for a generic legal example?
I mean, the example in the book has nothing to do with business. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's leave it. Let's not redo it if we don't have to.
Okay, so then quiz question.
Let's see.
Uh,
Jenny, do you have an idea for a quiz question? She's deep in thought. Let's see. Let me pull out the book. Let's see. Chapter 3.
Page 60 is where it starts, and it goes to page like 76.
Let's see. So okay, I've got a quiz question. So it talks about the 3 ways when you appeal a verdict legally. It talks about the 3 different options for the outcome, right? Let's see. I've actually got it pulled up right here. Sorry, I'm not trying to go anywhere. So it can either, let's see, an appellate court, basically the court that deals with appeals, may make one of the 3 rulings regarding the trial court's judgment. It may affirm, reverse, or reverse and remand for a new trial. So basically, reverse and remand basically just means like they basically declare a mistrial, is the way I understand it. Maybe I'm understanding it incorrectly. But basically, they say we need to start over. They reopen the investigation, essentially. But they can either affirm it, reverse it, and just say, no, actually, after looking at it again, we've decided, given our current information, like we made the wrong call. Here's our new call. And then reverse and remand is where you look at it and go, wow, we really botched this, and we need to start from scratch.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Did you find that in the book?
I actually found that on through the research that he gave us.
Ooh, okay. So like,
go ahead.
If Mary appeal was, what's the word? Accepted?
Affirmed. So like if her
affirmed.
if her appeal was accepted, like she filed an appeal and they went over it, they can either affirm it, reverse it, or reverse and remand.
Okay. Just because we need four answers, so we could have if Mary's appeal was accepted and blah 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 blah, would it have been what of these 3 things? And then for the 4th one, we could make a joke about how bananas have appeal. Sorry, That's just how my mind works.
No, I like where you're going with it. I was thinking similar to what you were saying, but I was thinking more along the lines of what are the 3 potential outcomes of appealing a. What are the potential outcomes of an appeal, of a legal appeal? And A could be affirm, reverse, or reverse and remand. B could be accept, reject, or reverse and remand. C could be affirm, or like mix them up just a little bit, but only leave one answer with all of them. Does that make sense?
Yeah. We do have to include part of the example in the question, so we have to include Mary.
Okay. So sorry, Jenny. I'm sure if you could talk, you'd have some great insight to all of this. Okay. So I got an idea. On our example that we typed out, Mary, still mad about the matter, submits an appeal, which is denied. Let's change it to she submits an appeal. After reviewing their verdict, the jury decided to affirm their verdict. The question could be, in our scenario, what are the other two potential outcomes for Mary's appeal? So like in our example, they affirmed their verdict, like they stuck with their guns. But then the question would be, what could have been the two other potential outcomes? Does that make sense?
Or we could have the four things, and then which one of the four is not an outcome that could have happened?
There's only 3 outcomes.
Right, but we need 4 answers.
Do we need 4, or did he just leave us slots for 4?
Oh, well, he gave us slots for a correct answer and then 3 wrong answers. So
Okay. The last one could just be none of the above.
yeah. So which of these is not an outcome, and then the 3 and none of the above, and that one is the correct answer. Because we also have to give feedback for all the wrong answers and correct answers. All the answers.
So word out the question that you're thinking.
Oh, so in the example, Mary had her appeal denied. If it had been accepted, which of these options, the 4 options, could not be a result of the appeal? Result of the
Okay. Affirm, reverse,
that, and then
reverse, and remand, or then we make up another one.
right.
Okay, I like that. That keeps it simple. We're not having to come up with too much. Does that sound good, Jenny? Okay. So let me see. In our example, Mary's appeal was denied. Which of the following? Let's see. Which one of the following is for the outcome? Let's see. And then A would be affirm, B reverse, C reverse, D
Do you want to put none of the above, or like a weird answer?
I'm not thinking weird. I'm thinking one that sounds like,
Well, like a not right answer.
yeah, not right. I'm thinking an incorrect answer.
Okay.
Which of the following scenarios is not?
Affirm and remand.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's good.
Cool.
So we've got our question, and we have, and then affirm. We could just basically, for each of the correct answers, we could define. Oh, I just pulled my earbud out. Hold on.
Right.
For each of the correct answers, we could just
define
it, and then the incorrect one, we just be like, this doesn't even exist. This is made up.
Yeah.
This is the correct answer because it's not possible, because it's not even a thing.
Right.
So affirm. So sorry, Jenny, we'll let you get caught up if you're moving things over. Are you caught up? Have you moved it over? Okay. So for affirm, you ready to type what affirm means? Are you ready? John and I can just explain, and we'll just have you type out kind of what we're saying. Is that okay? Next
It's
time.
not in the book, so you're gonna explain.
Okay, so affirm. Sorry, guys, I'm fighting a cold. Affirm means essentially the jury sticks to their original verdict. Give me the thumbs up when you've got that typed. Sorry. Okay, affirm. So where it says explanation of answer, affirm means the jury does not change their original verdict, which, and then put at the end, which is what happened in our example. You good? Okay. Reverse means the jury would change their verdict or go back on their original verdict. Good? Okay. And then reverse and remand. I've got a big, long definition in here that I'm trying to shorten it up. Is where a jury would order an entirely new trial. Okay? And then for affirm and remand, this doesn't exist. They both can't happen. Either one or the other has to happen. If we get a bad grade on this, I take full credit for it because I was the one who went off and found extra stuff. So
I also really don't care about this class super a lot, so it's fine. Also, 3 of us didn't show up.
I guess that's true. I still say we get extra credit for that. All right, Jenny, are you caught up? You think so? You think so? Okay. But what? Suspense is killing me. This is like a horror movie. So the feedback, that was the definitions. Yeah, that's what that was for. I'm trying to see what else do we need to do on there. I guess that's pretty much it. Looks like it.
Do we all have to submit it, or does only...
So just Jenny will submit it. Only one of us has to submit it each week. So if you, at the top of the group assignment template, it has a slot for us to put all of our names. And then our professor will go in and he'll enter in the grades.
So I don't
He's got
have
to
to
grade this
submit
individually.
anything.
Yeah. So Jenny will do it this time.
Great.
And then I vote from now on. We figured out to where at least the 3 of us meet in person.
Okay.
And then everybody else, if they want to get on, they can join it. They can, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's see if they've emailed. Right answer. So the correct answer, Jenny, sorry, I put them in bad order. The correct answer is actually D, because it's which of the following scenarios is not an option for the outcome of her appeal. D is not an option. A is what happened. A is what happened in our example. And then to answer your other question, so the three of us will meet face to face, but then we will still set up this Google Hangouts so that everybody else can get on, because we've got that guy from Italy or Spain or something. And then there's a guy from Provo, and I don't know where the other guy's at who just joined our group today, but he hasn't emailed back. And so they'll join us through the Hangout because none of them are here, but then the three of us can meet in person. And then we'll just, like, we can set up your laptop with the Google Hangouts going, and then we'll use mine or John's or someone to type everything up and submit it. That sound good? Okay. Cool. All right, I think we're good for our live portion if we want to kill our live part, and then we can keep talking on here and figure out when everybody can meet and everything. Does that sound okay? So can you turn off, I've never, like I said in the email, I've never used this. Can we turn off the live